Hello, it's me, Different Place McClure here, and we are here back on the Thursday 45 podcast. Round of applause, everyone. Thank you. I'm here with my co-host, the Majestic Monarch. Please introduce yourself. I know we've already done this.
Hello.
I'm really bad
That's
at
it.
introductions.
Yeah,
Have we noticed this? We got a
well.
we got a
It'll,
we got a lot of great
it'll
topics for you today.
Oh yeah.
Just the best.
All the best of the
So
topics.
and
Only the greatest of greats.
Majestic over there has got all the topics written down in a notebook. So
Oh,
why don't you?
No, it's on a sticky note today.
Damn it! You've ruined the immersion.
The immersion. Well, it's in a notebook generally, but this for this particular
Start the damn podcast. Give us a topic. Go.
So a lot of you, if you haven't seen a certain clip of mine, or you can't see the background to right there, I have a PS5. I'm kind of rubbing it in, but I'm not trying to.
Still a little pissed off about that, but continue.
Well, recently there's been a lot of updates to GTA 5 games, particularly one of the games I play a lot is Grand Theft Auto 5, and I want to discuss about games being upgraded to the PS5 from their PS4 versions, and how there isn't, for me at least, the ones I've noticed, there isn't any major, like the game isn't like fundamentally changed or whatever. It just feels so much smoother. Like there was the PS4 version of GTA, but I've had GTA 5 since the PS3.
Yes.
But because it's one of my favorite games ever, to be quite frank.
So good.
It's up there. It is pretty good. But on the PS3 to the PS4, it was a big upgrade, right? It just felt so much better, right? The PS4 to the PS5, there was a big upgrade, and this is before they released the specific version for the PS5,
Yeah.
which somehow even felt better than the version that was just the PS4 updated to the PS5.
Yeah.
That's bad. It's hard to explain in words. You have to like physically feel it.
Yeah.
Like as you're playing it, because it just feels so much smoother, and that's what I've noticed with most games that I've played on the PS5. It's not like anything fundamentally changed with the game. It's more or less just the game is, like, it's just smoother. That's it. It just feels nicer. It sometimes feels nicer than my PC, which like I thought felt nicer than
That's
the
a
PS4.
shock. Wow.
Yeah, I guess because everything's just so like in clink
Yeah,
there.
wow.
And here I also blowed everything up with mods.
Well, okay, yeah, that'll do it. Was this all discussed in State of Play, or because I didn't actually watch State of Play? I have to be honest.
There's not
I didn't
actually.
care.
There's not much. There's not much in State of Play from what I'm reading right now.
Okay, did they talk about the Harry Potter game? Because that's all I care about. That's coming on the PS5.
What about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles?
I
Cowabunga collection launches this year.
I couldn't give two shits about the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
They're lean, they're green, and they're back, and with 13 arcade classics hits coming to the PS5.
Awesome. Where's Harry Potter?
Let's see. Where's
it's called Hogwarts Legacy.
Hogwarts Legacy. Oh my god, I didn't even see that. Where I want to see is.
It actually looks amazing. It's like open world.
Avalanche Software and Warner Brothers Games are happy to partner with PlayStation to bring back a special edition of State of Play entry dedicated to Hogwarts Legacy.
Yes. I have to watch this when we're done here. I'm so excited for this game.
Since we first revealed Hogwarts, the trailer has been viewed 28 million times on PlayStation's YouTube channel. Holy shit.
That's a lot.
This show, okay.
Not as much as the Thursday 45 has. Nice. Get us there.
Nice.
Can you tell we're still new to this? Can you tell?
Can you tell? Our quality is impeccable.
Oh yeah, just the finest.
The greatest.
We do this for our jobs, by the way.
Oh yeah, we quit our day jobs for this.
Yeah, well,
I didn't.
No, I didn't either. Are you kidding me? I can't afford that.
Speaking of day jobs, Ash and I both work in retail, and Ash would like, one of the topics of today is stories from work, where we will discuss some of the most interesting stories we have to offer from our work time. Now, I have to think. I was trying to think of some when we discussed this.
Yeah, I
before
kind
the
of brought this
podcast,
up last minute, by the way.
Yeah, but Ash apparently he has some stories that he would like to really share.
I
Um, Also, I forgot to set a timer.
if if it's all right, I'd like to share a little bit about the department I work in. I am a backup dairy manager. Uh, which is the funny thing about that is that I get all the responsibilities of the dairy manager without the pay. That's what that means. So I
means
do.
you're basically a dairy manager, but you don't get paid.
Yeah,
The same way.
I get to do the orders. I get like all like the basically I get responsibilities. Just I am getting shafted on the pay. Now I am a very angry person. I don't know. We saw the Pop Tart. I get very heated about it.
Very heated about the Pop-Tart.
The Pop Tarts. I get very
Pop
heated.
Tarts. I don't know why.
But
Doesn't make any sense.
the slightest inconvenience will piss me off at work, and I might be digging my own grave here.
You
However,
kind of are.
however, I don't show that I'm angry. I'm angry on the inside, so they can't do anything to me. But I feel like I should share a little bit about the actual dairy manager. Obviously I'm not gonna dox him or anything. However, this gentleman, Majestic, I would like you to listen to this very carefully. I go to the dairy cooler. I open the door, and there is my dairy manager. I shit you not, he's eating raw pork.
Ew, that's disgusting. That's so bad for you too. That is so bad for you.
He said, and he looks me dead in the eyes, and he's like, "Do you want some?" I said, "I'm all right."
You know how
And-
bad raw. Oh my god, I gotta Google this.
And this is not the first time he's done this, because I went to a different manager, and I'm like, so and so's eating raw pork, right? And I'm like, oh yeah, that's. He's like, oh yeah, that's so and so for you. I'm like, what? I'm like, and
It says right here, raw pork is undercooked. Both uncooked and raw pork and undercooked pork are unsafe to eat.
he told me about a friend of his that
There's so many parasites in it. There's a reason that like in ancient times no one would eat pork because they didn't know how to cook it properly because people would die from parasites and all the diseases from pork. Pork is arguably one of the worst things you can eat raw. Like,
I mean, maybe he's just
Like-
built different.
yes, it's still not a good game to play.
He told me about a friend of his that did something that is arguably, and I say arguably because worse.
Yeah. Oh no.
This person that he knew would eat Crisco shortening just like straight out of the can with a spoon.
Risk. Wait, the
Like,
vegetable oil?
No, but it was shortening for like baking.
Ew.
Like in like the can.
Ew.
I'm like, what is wrong with you people? I'm like, I said I think it's time for you to find a new job.
It's like going over to the baking aisle and like picking up baking soda or baking soda.
Chugging a bottle of baking soda. I'm like,
Do not eat baking soda.
do not try this at home.
To anyone listening, do not eat raw pork, Crisco, or baking soda. Thursday 45 does not.
Thursday
recommend
49
any of
does not
those.
advise you eat raw pork. Well,
That's
how
bad.
about you, Majestic? What's a
Oh,
work story
boy.
from you?
I work the service center, and I just get disgruntled customers all the time over some of the silliest stuff. Like they come in, like the one time this lady's meat was bad, which it happens. People
Yeah.
sometimes even from really good grocery stores, reputable
Absolutely.
places, it happens. Like sometimes something slips through.
You can't
Sometimes
monitor
it
all
looks-
of it.
yeah, sometimes it looks good on the outside, but in reality, this you know what they say, beauty's only skin deep or whatever, like shit like
It's
that.
very nice.
Like, Yeah, very nice analogy. But like,
Thank
yeah,
you.
she comes in. She comes in. She's up in arms.
Yeah.
Okay. She's flailing around. This is ridiculous. Blah, 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 this is the worst thing ever. Oh my god, this is horrific. And I'm like, man, relax. It's not that serious. And then I'm like, you get your money back.
Just like,
or you can go get a new one. Like,
please
it's not
settle
that
down.
bad. I'm not. I don't care that much. You
Yeah.
gotta remember, I don't care. I hate saying that because, like, I mean, I do kind of somewhat slightly care, but
Yeah.
like, not really, not enough to like argue with customers. So I don't know. So even like the other day, because I work at the service center, people come in for lottery, and people are just this one guy. Yeah, lottery. It's
I
so
used to
much
work a service center job in a previous job of mine, and let me tell you, man, it's rough.
Lottery
it's
people.
rough, but continue.
Well, I'm content with doing lottery. So this one lady's she comes in. She's a regular. I know her name.
Yeah.
She's pretty cool. I talk to her because that's what happens. You start to notice,
Absolutely,
particularly at the service center, particularly at the service center compared to normal register. You start to notice regular people who come over, and like I start to know their name and like what they order and whatnot. So this lady, I know her. She's pretty chill. She's getting her lottery. She gets a decent bit of lottery. You know, that's her own prerogative. She can do what she wants. That's her money. You know, like people don't judge me for like. I don't want people to judge me how I spend my money. I'm not gonna do it to other people. I think that's only fair. So, she's getting her lottery tickets, right? She's getting a good bit, and this guy behind her. Wait, no, she buys all. And she goes, wait, I need one more lottery ticket. And the guy's like, Jesus Christ, this is ridiculous. The guy behind her, this older man, right?
Yeah.
So she's like, whatever, just take him, and I'll go behind him. I'm like, fine, fine, whatever. So I do it to him, right? Get him his stuff, check him out. He pays, and he goes, wait a minute, I need cigarettes. And I'm like, you just did what the lady did, you freaking hypocrite. Like, you're in such a rush, and then you're gonna do the same exact thing you were upset at her with. Like,
that's
like
kind of
people.
Funny.
People really gotta chillax with themselves sometimes. They're too people are too self-important.
Oh my god.
People are too high and mighty up here. And the thing is that bothers me the most about this like situation where people get like really in their head about how important they are or like how their time. I feel like they're always in a rush to go home and do absolutely nothing. I feel like they come to the grocery store.
Yeah.
They do their business, right? But they're in a rush to get out for some reason, and they'll go home and do the exact same thing they were doing before they even came to the grocery store, like sitting on the couch watching daytime television. Like.
Yeah. I feel like when somebody, when a customer walks into a grocery store.
Oh wait,
it's like
I forgot one.
Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I forgot one thing about that story.
Yeah, go ahead.
When the guy goes, I need one more thing. I just started laughing at him. Like I just started laughing at him. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like I didn't care. I'm like, are you kidding me? I just started laughing like in his face. Like I was not like caring. I'm just like you.
Well, I mean,
I'm like, dude. I didn't say, dude, you're a hypocrite. But that's what I was laughing about. I'm like, dude, you're.
That's really funny.
I'll do that. I'll laugh, dude. If you come up to me and you're being ridiculous, I'll laugh in your face. Like, part of. Okay, if I find you that annoying, I will just laugh because I'll be like, dude, you're way like your energy levels are way up here, right? They need to be down here at the maximum, right?
Yeah.
and like, it's really down below the screen where you can see what actually is the problem. Like, it's not that bad. Okay, I'm sorry, go ahead.
I feel like when people walk into a grocery store, they feel like it's their fucking castle. Like that's the vibe I'm getting from people. Like they walk in and they think they own the place. And it's like you don't. We live in a society, Joker.
We live in a society.
We live in a society. And you can't just you're so entitled. Like get over yourself.
No, that's another thing. You gotta chill. Like it's not like it. I think the problem with people is they've never worked a retail job. They don't know what it's like to be on the other end of someone like up in arms over some of the dumbest things. Like it really humbles you. Like for the rest of my life, I'll never be that much of a dickbag unless I'm being absolutely screwed, which I doubt will happen. Because most of the time you can solve like 98% of the problems like with like a store or a company by just calmly walking up to them and just like talking it out, being like, I have a problem, you double charged me on this thing, can I get my money back, right? And most people in retail are like, yeah, I don't want to like because in retail, unless you're the business owner, which most
Yeah.
people aren't, people in retail are like, yeah, I don't want people get screwed over like by
Yeah.
the company. Like they don't care that much generally. So like they'll be like, oh yeah, sure, you can have your money back. Like it's really not that serious. Is the whole
It's not. I mean,
that became one of my life sayings anymore
yeah.
recently. It's not that serious. Like people take things and they, especially on the internet, the internet, they like to
Oh
blow things out
my
of proportion.
god.
They like to absolutely like blow some of the silliest things out of proportion, and they really you just gotta chill. You gotta take a step back. You gotta relax, and calmly work it out. And generally, it will work out if you calmly work it out. Because what happens when you get all like angry and whatnot, and like start yelling at the person behind the
Yeah.
service center? At least me, get stubborn. Like I don't want to
Yeah.
help you because you're being an ass about it. Like you just
Yeah.
like if you calm down, I'm like, oh yeah, sure, totally, yeah. But if you're all up in arms, I'm like, I don't think I can do that for you. That's against the rules. Even though I just pulled it out of my ass, that's not actually one of the rules. It's like just chillax.
Yeah, lying to people's
Calmly
great.
explain it. Calmly explain what the problem is, and like most, if not all the time, I will probably agree with you.
Yeah.
Like you just gotta chillax.
You had talked. You mentioned the internet.
Oh,
And
the internet.
and
the fucking internet.
I've gotta it's true. People go nuts on the internet, and you know why? It's because no one knows who they are. I guarantee you. Now, this stuff I'm saying right now is obviously nothing that hasn't been said before, but like, it's no one knows who you are. So I guarantee you, if you were saying that shit in person, like if you're saying YouTube comments in person, you wouldn't be doing it.
Most of the time, you wouldn't be doing it because
Absolutely.
You can hide behind that screen.
Yeah.
That screen, like, because that's why like the cyberbullying stuff. Because most people have like these thoughts that they would never say out loud or like to someone's face, but the moment they're behind a screen, they can be anonymous. No one knows who they are. They can say whatever they want without generally any repercussions.
Yeah.
This is where all this stuff comes from, and you really got to have, on the receiving end of that, you really just have to have thick skin. Like you really just got to be able to like be like, alrighty, whatever. You're just as stupid as I am or whatever. Like no one cares, right? And that's kind of what you have to do. Like I haven't, like we haven't had any real haters yet.
I have. For those of you that don't know, I run an ASMR channel, and people are very serious about it. And well, I've had no like serious haters. I have had a few negative comments, and it's true what they say. Negative comments do stick with you harder than the positive comments.
I did a paper. Wait, little sidetrack here.
Yeah.
I did a paper on like the social media and the effects of social media on people.
Yeah.
And my entire paper was based around people are more likely to remember, and so like if you could scale like something like a good comment and a bad comment on a scale, right? With like -100 being the worst and like a +100 being the best comment, right? The best of comments will only ever be like a 50.
Yeah.
But the worst of comments could be like a -200, where it even like breaks the scale, because negative comment, for some reason, especially humans, they just stick with the negativity much more than they stick with the positivity. So like you can have 1,000 comments that say, "Oh, this is great," and have like 3 comments that say, "This is the shittiest thing ever." And those 3 comments, for some reason, will just stick with you more than those that like all the good comments that come from it. And that's just that you gotta.
It's just human nature, I guess.
It's just human. It's the sick with the that's also why the news and stuff is all negative and all that nonsense, because it sticks with people more.
And
than
it gives them ratings, because people actually
it does give them ratings.
But you know how many times people call me they call me back on GTA 5. They call me Jimmy from GTA 5. I guess what's the guy's name? Michael's son? I don't know.
Oh yeah. Jimmy.
I guess yeah. I didn't actually play the story. They call me.
I don't see that.
They like to say I look 10 and 30 at the same time. Everybody loves saying that. I'm like, I mean, I went through like a 6-month period where the only comments I was getting was, "You look 10 and 30 at the same time." I'm not even exaggerating. It was like months.
I mean, I guess that isn't necessary.
It's not terrible. Like I said, I'm not getting like serious hate comments. But it did get annoying. That was every comment I was seeing in my recent comments. Like that was everything.
I thought it would be kind of that's also the thing too. Anything in repetition that slightly irritates you will just like piss you off too, because like the slight increments of the like annoyance will just like it'll add up. That's it. It just adds up. Like I know exactly what you're talking about in a sense. Like small increments of the same annoying thing, just like it adds up to make like you just like pissed off or just pretty angry at it.
Especially since my most popular video and the top comment is "You look 10 and 30 at the same time." I'm like, just drive the point home a little bit harder, why don't you?
Just to nail the coffin.
Another thing they like to say is I look like some guy named Jack Harlow. I guess he's a rapper.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah, because he's a rapper. I don't know. I looked him up. I'm like, how the hell do I look like this guy? I look nothing like this man. Everyone looks at my hair and says... And like it equates the hair to like me being someone else. Because I'll admit, my hair, it's pretty common. I my hair grows out, not down. So it could just keep going out.
You see, with my hair, I go with Lego Man. I noticed
that it's very
like Lego Man.
Very Chris Pratt from Lego Movie.
Yeah, Lego. Yep, exactly. I look like Lego Man. I'm okay with that. I like it shorter, but the color almost matches too, because it slowly changed to like a brown red, and you know, it's just is. He doesn't have glasses, but you know, I think
Lego Harry Potter
take
does.
off the glasses.
My Lego Harry Potter has glasses.
Lego Parrot.
You're just gonna put the lightning bolt on your forehead.
I don't think I look like Harry Potter.
No, but you look like not Lego Harry Potter because it's a different hair, but I mean like the Lego Harry Potter head, sure.
You know, with Legos you can mix and match.
Yeah, you are Daniel Radcliffe.
I'm not sure about that.
It's true.
Daniel Radcliffe.
It's true.
Alrighty.
So, Majestic, you were talking about something with sports that you wanted to talk about. What is it? Let's hear it.
Oh yeah. I don't know how much everyone's a big sports fan, but I don't really care for basketball, but March Madness I always found very interesting because it has the big tournament. Yeah. And I'm going to show my bracket I made on screen. I have Loyola Chicago winning it all.
What the hell is a Loyola or whatever? I can't even pronounce that word.
Chicago.
I can't even pronounce
Loyola
it.
Chicago. I think I mispronounced it too, but like Loyola Chicago is
that the team?
It's this. Yeah, it's a team. It's a team. It's from Chicago. But every year I root for them. I think I pick them to win it all every year. And the one year they really did go really far into it. And everyone calls me a madman because I always pick them on the bracket to like win or go like really deep into it. But this year I have a feeling. I have them and Duke in the final championship game, and I think it'll be interesting. I like it because main reason I like it is because like I generally like most sports, and I'm okay with watching most sports. But like with March Madness, there's just like so many games going on at the same time, and it's kind of cool. You can have like I have like 2 monitors, and I have like the 2 monitors full with like games. Or like back in the days of school, they would like let us watch the game sometimes during school, which was fun because you could like watch multiple games on. So I don't know.
I was never a sports guy. I never understood it.
Never understood. You know, I always make the comparison of people because there's always my argument because there's always people who are like, oh, why would you? These are the same people who really like sports. Oh, why would you? Like watch someone play a video game, and the 2 reasons I always say to them, I always say the 2 arguments. I'm like, number 1, they're either really good at the video game, like you're watching professionals play. Same reason you watch sports. Yeah, they're really good at what they do. They are professionals at what they do. The second reason for video games, at least not so much sports, is because it's entertaining. Like there's some like the personality. Like you're watching the gameplay, but you're really watching the person more than the game. Yeah. And those are my 2 arguments for why people watch video games, and that's why I always get annoyed, because most of the time these people are big sports fans, and it's like, dude, it's no different than you watching, basketball.
Yeah.
Why don't you stop? Why are you watching basketball? You could go play basketball. Like,
It's
that's my argument against it. And anyone who says that is not comparable, I disagree wholeheartedly. Because like it doesn't make any sense.
like I don't know if you've heard of the game. You probably haven't heard of the game Majestic. The game's called Danganronpa. It's the Japanese anime murder mystery type game. But anyways, I just recently beat the first one. There's like 4 of them or something. I just recently beat the first one, but out of sheer curiosity and my sheer love for the creator, Game Grumps played.
Oh,
the first one.
I sometimes watch Game Grumps too.
And they finished the first one. They're actually on the second one, which is the one I'm on. So I haven't watched that, but I'm currently watching Game Grumps play the first one, and it's like 75 episodes, and they're 30 minutes long episodes for 75 episodes. But I'm watching the whole thing because I love the game and I love the Game Grumps. It's like the same thing. Well, it is the same thing. Like it's just.
Well, when one of the games I play a lot on stream is called Open TTD.
Yeah.
Open Transport Tycoon Deluxe. I was spilling out. Anyways, the game's not the most entertaining. I make a lot of clips out of it because like a lot of shit happens in it. But one of the first 2 YouTubers I unironically really loved, like just watch it. Like I periodically go back and rewatch it.
Yeah.
Is these YouTubers called ZHATT and Strict Toaster, and they play Open TTD, and they're like together and they just talk. They're like playing the game. Like the gameplay is kind of the driving force behind it, but also because I didn't know what it was, I just like the way they talk, and they just everything about it. I don't know. It's one. I was young, and this is back when YouTube you could like just post like an entire gameplay series and people would watch.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Early days of YouTube were much simpler.
Oh yeah, there was you had the people who were like making stuff.
Yeah.
Like, what is it called? I forget. I can't think of the name off the top of my head.
Describe. They would make help out.
They would make like funny videos. It was like
sketch
Smosh,
artists,
like
sketch artists.
No, but they were like Smosh and like like people.
Like
they
skits.
had like some. Yeah, they had skits.
Yeah,
they had skits.
Yeah, like comedy, like skit type people. Yeah, I get it.
And there was a lot of people like that, and I would watch them.
Yeah.
And I would watch them, but like back in the day, that was like YouTube. Like you could do like funny skits that didn't make any sense, but still were kind of funny. And then you had like Chocolate and Rain and like a bunch of viral videos, because like viral videos were a thing still. Like now viral videos aren't really a thing.
Yeah.
Like it's whatever YouTube puts on their front page, they pick it out particularly, or you get paid to get on the front page. There's nothing like the old days of YouTube. My parents probably shouldn't let me on the internet at such a young age. I was on it. I think I started watching YouTube with my friends.
Yeah.
In 2008, we would watch it together, and we would watch like stupid shit. Like one of my favorite videos, and still is, The Ultimate Showdown. Do you ever hear that song?
No, I haven't.
Oh, I got it. I'm sending. You're gonna hear it.
You're gonna have to send it to me at some point.
It's an oldie. It's an oldie. It's from the song was made before the video, but the video was one of like the things I still remember from that day. There's a bunch of like other viral videos I kind of remember that like right now I can't think of off the top of my head. But if I watch like a classic YouTube video, I'll be like, oh, I know that one. I know that one. Oh, I know that one. I know that. Like,
you see, back in when I was younger, I would watch like Smosh, and I'd say Smosh in its very, very peak, like its height, which I'd say is around 2011, 2012.
No, I think I'd say
that's
probably when I started.
Yeah,
that's when I started watching Smosh, and I went to like 2014, 2015.
Yeah,
because there were still some classic ones in there, like Molester Moon. That one was awesome. That was a funny video, but it wasn't just that. It was actually much later than I thought. I remembered it. I thought it was early on, but it was later on in their like thing.
But I remember just watching it with my sister, my older sister, because she discovered it and she's like, Ash, you gotta check this out. And I'm like, what? I'm like, what the hell am I looking at?
Well, also older YouTube was more, like lenient with things. Like remember, I don't know if you watched Filthy Frank. Remember Filthy Frank?
Yeah.
Good old days where you could be edgy.
The thing with that was, and I don't want to go too far into this because obviously
Nah,
it's a touchy subject, but cancel culture didn't exist. You could get away with a lot more back then. Also, norms have changed.
Yeah, that's probably for the better, to be quite
For
frank,
the better,
but,
sure, but I mean, there are some things that could possibly still be funny that are edgy. Yeah, like you said, edgy.
Yeah, edgy. Well, I still do find myself laughing at some edgy humor.
Oh, same.
I don't know. Maybe I never got rid of that edgelord, like the edgelord phase.
I didn't. I still listen to Slipknot, and
I know,
and cry myself to sleep.
Oh no! Speaking on the subject of music, you and I probably have very different music tastes. I think.
Oh,
because
here we go.
I tweeted the other day on Twitter.
I must have missed this because I don't remember.
One of my personal favorites, like, because I hate saying favorites, but like one of them, like definitely up there, is "Video Killed the Radio Star."
I love that song.
It's up there as one of my. Okay, first off, it's catchy as shit.
Okay,
let's get that right. Second reason, I love new wave pop. That like '80s new wave pop. It actually was made in the '70s. It was actually made in '79, but that's besides the point. No, well, you can say the '80s really started in '79.
Yeah.
Because it's not like a clear 10-year decade. It's more like kind of
things that happen.
The general stuff that's
defined it. Yeah.
So that song was one of my favorites, and the reason I like it so much is as a little kid I would play. This is why I like GTA so much, because my parents again let me play GTA, Vice City as a young age, and it's all 80s music. It's all 80s music.
Oh,
so my love is for 80s music. There was 3 radio stations I would listen to, and they all affected me. It was Flash FM, which had "Video Killed the Radio Star," Emotion 98.3, which had "Africa" from Toto Africa.
Oh, that song.
Oh, I know. And
God.
Wave 103, and these 3 radio stations really defined my music taste generally. I mean, I branched out a lot from when I started out as, because you change, you grow. Also, I generally like most music, I will say.
Yeah.
Like most, even like I don't like modern country, but like old country's not the worst music, Like it's just it's all decent, I mean, I have my particular flavors I like the best, but like it's all music, I'm content with listening to almost anything as long as it's not like just not music.
Yeah, I like one country song, and if you watch my main channel, you saw I debunked all country music video. And I don't generally like country music just because
I don't generally like it.
It's usually about the same thing. Guy gets drunk at a bar, sees a girl, likes the girl, goes home, cries. I don't know.
Or it's do you ever heard the Bo Burnham song on country music?
No, but I love Bo Burnham.
He's just making fun of like the stereotypical modern day country music, and he's like, it's all just like about like riding tractors and like blue.
It really is,
and like it's just the most generic like Mad Lib words, and it's all just like funneled together, and he's just like, oh, it's just and it's just funny. It's a really good. I'm gonna send that to you.
Yeah, send that to me because I love Bo Burnham. I don't know.
I'm gonna send that to you right after.
Before I get on the topic of what I was just about to say, I like one country song, and that's because it doesn't have anything to do with any of that. It has to do about real things.
What is it?
It's called Whiskey Lullaby.
Whiskey Lullaby.
It's by Brad Paisley and some other chick. I don't know her name.
I can stand West Virginia by John Denver.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
It's if it's country music and it really doesn't sound too country, is it like? Because like what's his name? Kenny Rogers, the Gambler. Do you ever hear that song?
Yeah.
That's technically a country song. I didn't think that was a country song. You see
what
I mean? Like
it's like everyone has different ears.
Yeah, that too. Everyone. You know what they say about opinions.
Yeah,
opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one.
Great.
It's a great saying. It's a great saying to live by. It's one of the core life sayings. Is it
really? I've never heard that.
Opinions are like assholes. Everyone has one, and the other ones, it's not that serious. There's a couple other ones, but I can't think of the top of my head. But those.
Wait, hold on. What about ham and your clan chowder?
that's a good one, but that's not.
Because
that,
that was
that was a,
that was your very first clip, and I've got to be honest, I didn't get it. Like everyone on your
sorry.
call was like, I don't get this, and I didn't get it either.
No one. Well, okay, so this was a bit my friends and I did in private, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to bring it up with like my friends, and I would just say some of the random stuff. We'd be like, "Oh my God, you're really putting mustard in my celery." It's something, yeah, like
Okay.
a bunch of
That's a good
random
one.
stuff. Yeah, it was a bunch of random stuff.
Yeah.
And if you watch the clip, I even say my friends were telling me the other day, and I was gonna go on like the tangent, but they all cut me off, so I never got to say it. Like, cause I felt kind of bad, and I still kind of do, cause I technically kind of plagiarized the joke. But like, in all due fairness, yeah.
Very good. Yeah. Here we go. Woo.
Um, but yeah, it was just a bit my friends and I were doing in person, and then they were really doing it, and I'm like, I want to say it, and then I try to say it, got cut off, and then I'm just like, fuck it, I'm saying it because it's kind of funny.
Oh, you got cut off. Yikes.
I got. If you rewatch the clip, I start saying.
Yeah. I
If you
remember
rewatch
that.
I go. My friends were telling me the other day, and then I got cut off, and then the rest of it, I just like
And
they
then
just
you
played
just
out of it.
you like skipped part of the joke.
I
Like your
skipped
friends were
part.
telling me the other day,
I
and
got
then
cut off.
you got cut off, and then
they-
you're just like you finished the thought, but like you didn't really finish it because you finished it in your head.
I finished. I finished the rest of it in my head, and it's funny. It's definitely funny, but like,
It was good.
Still, it was a good joke. I mean, sometimes it'd be like, because in all due fairness, it's really hard to come up with original thoughts. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, like generally, like, I mean, I could have probably done something better, but
Yeah.
sometimes be like.
We mentioned Bo Burnham, and this is probably going to be our last topic for the podcast. We're on the 38-minute mark. However, did you see Inside on Netflix?
Not the entirety of it. I've seen some of it.
Oh, it's so good.
No,
you gotta watch the whole thing. I watch it with my mom, and I don't think she. I don't think she likes.
To the internet.
Oh my god, that's everyone's favorite. But like, I can see why. It's so good.
Yeah, it shows. Yeah, he's.
It's true, isn't it?
It is a bit true. There's everything on the internet. The internet really has it all.
No, but I watch it with my mom. I don't think it made her very comfortable. It's like when I tried watching the Wolf of Wall Street with my mom.
Oh my god!
Yeah.
Why would you do that?
Well, both of us love Leonardo DiCaprio.
I don't want to hear this.
No, I'm not gonna go into detail on anything, but both of us love Leonardo DiCaprio. And I said, Mom, I just bought The Wolf of Wall Street on Blu-ray. Do you want to watch it with me? Neither of us had any idea what we were getting into. And in the first scene in that car, I'm like, maybe we should not be watching this together.
Oh my gosh.
We made it pretty far until I'm like, I gotta turn this off. We made it pretty far into the movie, and then I'm like, Mom, I don't think I should be watching this with you anymore. This is becoming a little unhinged.
Yeah, it does.
That's a pretty good movie though.
It is a good movie. I liked it. I don't know. Movies are always interesting to watch. I watched the Batman in theaters. I went and saw that in theaters.
Okay, how is that? Because I know it's got the guy from Twilight is the new Batman.
I didn't. Yeah, not. We're not calling him the guy from Batman. We're calling him the guy from we're not calling him the guy from Twilight anymore. We're calling him the guy from Batman.
Yeah. So how was he? Was he like?
Oh, it was great. It
was actually.
I mean, I watched the Dark Knight trilogy, right? I like that a lot, and I was like, it's not.
Yeah.
It's. I don't know if it's better than the Dark Knight trilogy, but like, it's. No, it was pretty. I mean, if they, I know this is supposed to be a trilogy. There's supposed to be a second and a third. So if they managed to repeat, if they manage to can maintain the consistency of this story with the next two. I think and they will because I feel because there's kind of I'm not trying to spoil anything but let me tell you
no spoilers because I might see
the
it.
ending the ending's good, but
Mhm.
the ending also leaves enough room where you could
One of
do
those.
stuff.
Yeah.
So I'm almost certain there. I mean, I from what I've heard, I think there already is a work for it. It's supposed to be a trilogy, so they
Yeah.
have. I think when they went to the drawing board, I'm like, oh, I think they can make an entire story over multiple movies,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that's kind of how I felt at the ending. But I think it was good, and I kind
Yeah.
of want to see where it goes from there. I thought it was good. That was a good. It was different. It was a different
Yeah.
take on Batman. It was a much different take on
Well,
Batman.
this might be our last topic because we're at the 41-minute mark, but
We thought we'd Bo Burnham.
yeah, we thought that would be it, but no, not really, because you didn't watch the whole thing. Thanks. No, I hated the Dark Knight trilogy.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I watched.
Okay. And
I watched a little bit of Batman Begins. I watched a little bit of Dark Knight Rises. I watched the whole entirety of the Dark Knight. That's the one that is the one with the Joker, right?
I thought that was the Dark Knight, the second one.
Yeah, because it goes. I think it's Batman Begins, Dark Knight, and then Dark Knight Rises, right? Isn't that right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I distinctly remember the Joker one because I loved Heath Ledger's Joker.
Oh well, yeah, he was the best part of it.
And I distinctly remember the second one where Bane takes over the city. That's the third one, right? That's the third one?
Dark Knight Rises.
Yeah, that's one I remember.
Okay, so I watched the entirety of the Dark Knight, and I kind of freaking hated it.
The entire trilogy?
Not just I remember I only saw a little bit.
The second one's the best one.
Yeah, I hated it. I hated
pretty good too.
I hated Dark Knight Rises especially. I thought Batman Begins was and then but I didn't finish Batman Begins, and I watched the entirety of Dark Knight, and I hated it.
Really?
It was too dragged out.
Yeah.
Like it was really long. I'm sitting there.
To knock something.
Well, yeah, but
sometimes the story needs that. Because sometimes people are like, oh, they cut everything out, and the story doesn't make any sense now. It's like I'd rather them have their time. They explain what they want to do. They show everything. They tell everything they need to be told, and then they get to some action. And I always liked Commissioner Gordon.
I do too. I think his character's nice. And I think Heath Ledger's Joker was the best part of the movie. However,
Two-Face was pretty cool.
Okay, that I did like. How they explain the origin of Two-Face. But there were several points in the movie when I was like, this has to be the end. Like it carries on for another 30 minutes.
I might have to rewatch them because I haven't really. I'm going back in my memory vault for this. This isn't I haven't recently watched this, so. Well, I guess that should leave us there.
That should leave us there
because my timer is up.
Real quick, I watched Dark Knight in a hotel room with my dad, and both me and my dad absolutely hated it. But that's all I wanted to say. My dad doesn't really like new movies, anyways. But anyways, you want to do the outro?
Yeah. Thank you so much for coming out. I'm the Majestic Mark. Ash, say goodbye.
Bye. That was half-assed.
This is Thursday 45. We should be back next week with another video or podcast or whatever we call them. Anyways, peace.
Hey, see you.